Erika, when you're catching a no-hitter like that, does that change your play calling at all or your pitch calling at all?
To be quite honest, I didn't know it was a no-hitter until like the sixth inning or the fifth inning. So that helps because I'm not thinking about it. But yeah, I try not to think about that too much. I trust Lily, and I try to make it work as well as I can for her. And me and her connect really well when we're a battery. And I've also been studying a lot the batters that were up today, and I pretty much understood them pretty well. And it was just nice to be able to feel confident in my pitch calling and knowing that Lily had my back and I had hers. And that's pretty much all I was thinking about the whole game.
Thank you.
So the working group consists of Aleshia, me, and Jasmine Jackson, and we started this group in June, I want to say mid-June. And so we've had a couple of weeks to kind of talk with the AU staff and really understand what's going on around the world and how we can do our part and how AU can do their part as well. And then with this equity group, we also are holding or hosting events once a week every Friday night called Friday Night Lights, and we just talk about those uncomfortable topics that a lot of people might not get the chance to talk and speak up about. So we host those and we make it a very comforting area for people to speak what they want to say, and to feel comfortable about it, and feel like no one's judging them. So with that in our minds, we also wanted to um, show our support and use our voices in what's going on currently right now in the States. And I think the shirts, Lily worked a lot on those shirts with the staff as well. And I think the shirts are exactly what we want to say, and they're subtle and they make a statement. And so I'm really excited about these shirts, and I'm super excited to be able to get ours and wear them and represent.
So initially I drove into Market from my home outside of Philly. But when I had a family emergency, I had to fly back. And when I flew back into Market, I made sure to bring my net, my tee, a couple balls, and I have 3 dogs at home, so I made sure to bring one of the oversized tennis balls that we do have to emulate a softball. And I just drove around to try to find a brick wall, and there's a huge one behind the Target near Tui. So I practiced there. I threw the ball against the wall just to throw overhand because I can't throw to anybody. So I wanted to make sure that my arm was fresh. A big part of me having confidence going into a game is to make sure that I'm readily prepared, and I have the reps that I need in order to feel good. So I wanted to make sure that I was still getting my work in, even though I couldn't talk to anybody, I couldn't throw to anybody. So I had my tee, I had my net. I would swing the bat every day. I would throw overhand and underhand to make sure that my arm was still fresh. So I think that helped me a lot going into today. And also, I didn't get the same amount of reps that I would if I was here. So in still keeping my arm fresh and doing that training, I still had some time off. So I think it allowed me to go into today feeling a little bit more fresh than usual.
And obviously, you're a Gold Glove winner at third base. Is there any more pressure in a no-hitter when you're fielding?
Honestly, as a fielder, like Erica said, I didn't even know there was a no-hitter going on until the 5th or 6th inning. I don't think we think about that too much. I think we're just trying to stay within ourselves and play our own game. So it's not really a question in my mind. Like I have confidence in myself and in my abilities to play defense, so I'm not really worried about giving up a hit. I know obviously if there is a no-hitter, you want to try your best to not let hits be given up if balls are coming to you, but I really don't think Lily would have been mad if I would have given up a hit or anything. That's just how the game goes. There's going to be hits in a game, so you can't really think about that stuff because then it happens. So just staying within ourselves, like I said, and playing our game, it's never really in the front of my mind.
Thank you. You probably can't see, but I'm wearing my Michigan shirt for you. Exactly. Bandit Nation is lighting up Facebook, congratulating you. Is this one of the more fun wins that you've ever had?
Yes, absolutely. This has been so much fun. I just love playing softball and keeping it fun. And like I said, with this team and this energy and the vibes that we have and buying in and having each other's back makes it so much more fun.
Thank you. And for Sahvanna, there have been a lot of home runs hit in the first 5 weeks. Is there any specific reason that you could think of why there'd be so many home runs?
I just think that anyone here could hit a home run. I mean, this is the top athletes in the world, so every single person here can hit one out of the park.
Thank you. When you hit the home run following Sahvanna, did you intentionally jump on the first pitch, hoping to get a nice big hit there?
I think I had a more aggressive approach. I mean, if it was, in the other batter's box or something, probably wouldn't have swung. But yeah, I mean, if you know she's going to come with something, more than likely it's going to be over the plate because she wants to get ahead of the next batter after giving up a home run. So yeah, I was just trying to see something I could drive and try to keep the momentum going for our team. Kat's one of the best pitchers in the world, so she's going to try to get ahead early, especially after she gives up a home run. So just looking for something over the middle of the plate to drive. I mean, there's a reason Kat doesn't get a lot scored against her, you know what I mean? So I think we all bought in as a group, as an offense, of just trying to support Wags as best we could, and she did her job, the offense did their job, and came out with the W.
How do you not, like tomorrow when you're playing tomorrow, how do you not let it get in your head that you're incredibly hot right now with 4 home runs?
I think that you can let it get to you or you can use it. And so I'm going to choose to use it, and I'm going to choose to stay aggressive, to keep seeing the pitch as well, and to keep swinging hard.
Thank you. And for Samantha, did you realize that you hit the home run to the CEO?
No, in the tie, like in the at bat, one, it was a changeup on a first pitch, so I was just hoping that Reed didn't catch that ball. But it was funny to see. I actually noticed during the game on our scoreboard they were playing it back from Twitter, and I kind of giggled. I thought that was a really cool moment, and happy that happened.
And can I ask, what's the significance of the one eye black?
So funny enough, I was just trying to find something different, and I have a boyfriend who played college football at OSU as well, and this is his thing, so kind of keeping that tradition going on.
Cool, thank you. And for Kelly, now Team Blue seems to have a lot of fun going on lately. Do you guys petition during the draft to try to stay together at all, or how does that work?
Unfortunately, when teams do really well during the weekend, it's hard to keep them together because a lot of the girls will move up in the in the leaderboards, and you break up teams. But I mean, you just when Vic was drafting people, I think she was just trying to draft people who have really good, vibes and are good team players. They can embrace any role, especially like this team is really good because we have a lot of versatile players. We have a lot of different people we can move around our infield, and they're willing to play other positions and just take one for the team and do whatever they need to do to help the team win.
After 5 weeks in the Shield, how hard is it, or how strange is it going to be to leave everybody, because you guys have built bonds and friendships?
Yeah, I talk to people about this all the time. It has been the best 5 weeks, 4 weeks right now, but going on 5 that I've had in the softball community ever in my life. Just the relationships that I've built here with girls that I had never knew. I'll be friends with them forever now. And having to leave in less than a week or less than 2 weeks is super sad, because you're just so happy here, and even just the staff so friendly, everyone's so friendly, and just you feel like a family. So I'm going to be super sad when I have to go home, because I would stay here forever if I could, just to play softball.
I mean, I feel kind of the same way as Jessie. I feel like you've just gotten to know all these girls. You played against them for a few years now if you've been in the pro league, or you've seen them play, and now you're starting to get to know them on a deeper level. And since you're in this bubble, that's all you can do is just get to know each other, talk with each other, play softball, do something that everyone's just very similar, like-minded. But you have gotten so close, and it's hard to see past these 5 weeks. It's so hard because I don't know, we just been in it so hard and mentally in this bubble that when I think about my life outside of this, it's super hard to picture. I can't even imagine it right now. So I'm trying not to look too far ahead and just kind of stay present, because as Jessie said, it's going to be sad having to leave all these new friends that I've made.
Yeah, and I mean, just to reiterate for a third time, I'm going to be super sad. A little bit different for me. I didn't get to play right out of college. So it was a really big culture shock for me to not have to be somewhere again and, softballing every day. And then I come here and now I'm used to it all over again. I got to meet all these amazing human beings and connect on a deeper level with all these amazing souls. It's just going to be really different. And I'm still in school. I'm in grad school. So going back to that and reading books is not what I want to do after coming out of here. So I'm definitely going to be sad. It's probably going to be another culture shock again. Thankfully, though, I get to be around softball still, doing what I'm doing with school. So, but I don't know. It's been really awesome to be present and be here. Like I said, we're meeting all these different human beings that we may have never even met due to age or schools or things like that. And I'm going to be really sad. Just to sum things up, I'm going to be really freaking sad.
Not yet, not yet.
Not yet, though, because
No, it's got one more week.
still got some time. Yeah. So.
Well, thank you guys. Thanks for your answers and thanks for playing. We'll also be sad when this is over. Do you have a preference, or I should say, which do you enjoy more, getting a big hit or getting a big strikeout?
I don't have a preference. If I can help my team in any way, then I'm okay. Like today, I didn't have my best stuff in the circle, but I contributed on offense, which felt good. And I know that my defense had my back through and through. So I can't give you one or the other. It just feels really good to get those big outs for my team and contribute on offense.
Well, we like you doing both, so that's cool. Thank you.
I like it.
And Shelby, for you, how weird is it playing against your sister in this week?
I mean, I'm used to it by now just because this is week 5, but it was different at first just because we've always played together, never against each other. And when she goes up to bat and I'm on the field, it's kind of like, because I've always rooted for her, you know? But got to separate that here. So it's been fun.
Thank you. And for Erika, one of the last media sessions, you had talked about a project that you're working on with a couple other players.
Oh yeah, our racial equity group.
Yeah, could you give a little information on that, and like where could people find more information on that?
Well, the racial equity group is just a group that we have in the AU, in our little group out here. It's for the team, really. We just try to keep the team active, and we try to keep them with as much information of what's going on around the world, and have them be able to have those uncomfortable conversations and let them have a space to really say what they need to say and feel comfortable with each other. Right now, we have shirts on the AU website about that we're selling that Lily had worked with some other members to create, and so they can go on the Athletes Unlimited website and get those shirts if they want.
I have loved this experience so much for a bunch of different reasons. The off-the-field work that we're doing with some of the outside resources that Athletes Unlimited has provided has been awesome. We're growing as humans on and off the field, so I love that. But also learning something new every day on the softball field. There's so many talented minds here. Kat and Gwen are 2 of them. I'm going to throw Megan Wiggins out there. I've never played with her, and I love playing with her. And Victoria Hayward, love playing with her, hate playing against her, but it's just growing the game in a different way, and that's the mental side of it all. So having those softball minds around you 24/7 has been really fun to learn and grow throughout this whole process. Feels like we've been here a whole year, but it also feels like we've been here only a week. I'm really sad that it's coming to an end, because that means that I'm not quite sure when the next time I'm going to get to play in a competitive game again. Hopefully it'll be sooner than later, but really excited about this opportunity and to see where it goes in the future for sure.
Hannah touched on it a little bit, but I was hoping the athletes could discuss how emotional it will be leaving after 5 weeks of this great experience.
Gwen, you want to go first?
Sure. Yeah, I think for me it's going to be a different kind of emotion because I've been in this venture for almost a year now. I'm coming up on my anniversary with my first meeting with the Athletes Unlimited staff. And so for me, it's been really fulfilling to watch it come to life. And so getting through the first season would be really exciting, but also, like you sort of alluded to, very emotional, because I think the 56 of us have created a very tight bond, even though we're all rotating teams and playing with different people every week. And so not having this environment of elite mentality constantly surrounding you is going to be sad, but I'm excited to wrap it up strong and then to go forward into 2021.
Thanks, Gwen.
Yeah.
Tonight was probably an A game.
Gwen, how does it feel to catch Kat at her A game as she just described?
I just want to highlight that she said tonight was probably an A game.
Flippen got 2 hits.
Catching Kat.
Blame Flip for not being an A+ game.
Catching Kat has been totally surreal. Being with someone who has had so much experience in our game, and I know I'm on the younger side of our player group, and getting to sort of soak in her knowledge and also understand how compatible we are as a battery has been really fun. We're on the same page most of the time, and if we're not, we're very communicative, which I really love. I'm a talker behind the plate, and she's a talker on the mound. So it's been really fun to get to be with such an elite mindset this whole time, and to get to work through these elite hitters constantly learning. You know, you can't get the same one out every single time. We made that mistake with Flip tonight, trying to do the same thing we've done to her in the past, and she makes you pay for it. So it's fun to get crafty and to have someone who is so elite in their pitching and their locations that it makes my job really easy. All I have to do is catch the ball.
For either Kat or Gwen, I know, Kat, we ask you every week about the draft, so can we expect anything different tomorrow, or don't mess with success? Either one of you two.
I'm keeping my cards close to my chest this week. We have 1 draft left. I'm not letting any secrets out.
Fair enough.
Come on, give the people what they want.
Never.
AKA me.
I'm gonna take Hannah Flippen because she got 2 hits today.
All right, everybody's got the scoop.
Since you brought up next year, have they talked to you guys about next year? Have they mentioned a place where it might be? Is it in Rosemont or unknown yet?
No idea.
Okay.
You'll have to hold on, John. We'll
hey, I'm
make
just trying to get a scoop,
soon.
man.
I understand.
That's his job. That's his job.
That's it. My job to keep him away from it.
No.
So